Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, and today I'm hanging out with this nerd.
Ted.
And today we're going to be MageForging the magic item that you're going to lose your head.
If you want to jump down to the description below, you can sign up for Nerdarchy newsletter. It's a great way to get gaming tips as well as learn how to game with us.
So, Nerdarchist Ted here just pitched me a MageForge idea, and I'm like, you're totally off your Scott Garrity on this one.
So here's the concept. You've all seen Sleepy Hollow. You've all seen the Headless Horseman. And since we're kind of getting into Halloween and that kind of creepy vibe, I'm like, what if what if you had an item or a helmet that you put on and the properties of the helm gave you that whole Headless Horseman concept? So I'm like, well, let's see how I can work this out. So technically your head is still there. But what if there was a force field / magical gate teleportation thing so that anything that would pass through that whole area would literally get to a spot right before the helm?
I think you think too hard. It's much easier to just say that their head is actually...
intangible?
Intangible. Yeah, whatever the property is, there's definitely one. Bunch of the undead have it. If you stick your head into something solid and leave it there for too long, you take damage and you'll be shunted out eventually.
All right, so you want to go the easy way and make it intangible. That's fine. I was just thinking of it just teleporting and having the illusion of looking at like it passed through. Yeah, I thought too hard.
Yeah, well, it really will pass right through, and the head can still be invisible. It's the same effect. It's just easier to do it. Force fields.
Yeah, your explanation is. Yeah. So.
No, it actually involves a Death Star, R2-D2, BB-8, and transdimensional time travel.
Right. Anyway,
or we can just make it spectral. So okay, well, what else does it do? And can they take it off?
Yeah, I would say yeah. I mean.
Because I didn't like you're like Sleepy Hollow. It's kind of creepy, kind of evil. You know, is this a cursed item?
That's where that's where the inspiration struck from. But the concept of when we do a MageForge is, we come up with a concept or we come up with a name, and we literally workshop it live for these people.
So what if instead of making it a magic item, what if it's a property? For instance, it could be added to any headgear, so hats, headbands,
circlets.
Yeah, circlets, helms, cows.
Oh yeah.
So even just a cloak. Yeah. So so when you do it, and if the object never disappears.
Right. So
it's an empty hood. It's a circlet floating above floating where your head would be. Mm-hmm. A helm where your head would be, and so I was thinking based off of your inspiration, you could do some cool things like. What if instead of being invisible, just your head becomes transparent and on fire, like Ghost Rider style, or and that's just one instance, because you could do a bunch of other creepy things.
Oh, absolutely.
What if there's different properties that you kind of roll when you find it, or you could even do something fun like, hey, you're this alignment, so this is what happens.
Ooh, that's an interesting idea.
So there's definitely some cool things you could do with it. So here's the question. Is it essentially just a ribbon ability with a minor power that's really strong? So for instance, your head is transparent, so anything that doesn't affect, or not transparent, incorporeal. So anything that can affect something in the corporeal can't technically affect the head.
Right.
Are you now immune to having your head lopped off by swords of sharpness and vorpal weapons? While it's extremely powerful, but it's an extremely rare instance.
Right.
So
I would say, yes, unless those specific swords gave you the ability to affect incorporeal on top of its incredible abilities, yeah, you can't cut the heads off.
So it could literally be a ribbon ability with kind of a minor.
With a minor major advantage.
Yes, yeah. People can't cut your head off, which is really good if you're heading to the gallows or something.
Yes. Please, my one last wish. Can I wear my helmet? Sure.
But at the same time, you wouldn't be able to effectively interact socially while wearing it. That's why I was also like, well, this could be a real bummer too, if it was a curse. Where you can't just take whatever it is, you can't just take it off. So that's like the interesting thing.
So why are you saying you wouldn't be able to interact?
Oh, because if someone doesn't have facial expressions and you can't see them, no, you can interact.
Oh, okay.
But you would be at disadvantage to do so.
They would be at disadvantage to interact with you.
Yes.
Okay.
But also, the other would be, say, true for like a persuasion check or a deception check. I feel like because, part of those things is your demeanor and how people can perceive you and the kind of vibe you put off. Someone who's a really good liar, it's not just the words they use, it's everything. It's the full package.
I would agree.
And not only that, though, like talking to someone without a head is kind of disturbing.
How do you know for certain?
Because the last time I had to do it, it was really awkward. It's like, where do I look? Do I look at their belly button? Do I look where the head should be? It was really confusing.
And you just stared at a chest, didn't you?
Pretty much. So these things come up. So that's it. Like, so do we make it a ribbon ability that's a minor magic item that can be added to other things? Almost like in the DMG, you have that section where like there's minor powers. Like that could be one of them.
Right.
Yeah, or do you make a curse that you can add to other items where, hey, you basically lose your head when you get this item, so your social interaction skills are going to go down, and you're going to freak people out.
So we can either make it like really good, and this is the curse that goes on top of it, or we can add something. Something minor
item,
and make it a specific item that this is just how it happens to go.
Or the third option is this is a property that kind of gets added to.
Right.
Yeah.
Can we do all three?
We could absolutely do all three. I mean, we could make two different properties and then make a magic item that corresponds.
So I like the concept of the different visualization based off of alignment.
Okay.
So I'd like to workshop that idea and come up with 9 different things and go everything from you bear a golden halo at lawful good and freaking chaotic evils, you've got the demonic fire, visage.
Ghost Rider. You have a Ghost Rider head.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of, similar to Ghost Rider, but literally your head is shaped in this demonic visage made of flames.
I thought you were going to say, I was thinking similar to Ghost Rider, but I was totally going Atomic Skull, for the DC fans out there.
Well, so actually it's closer to Atomic Skull than Ghost Rider, because Ghost Rider has the skull and on fire Atomic, the Atomic guy.
Atomic Skull.
Skull, yeah, that's what I thought.
Very complicated.
His head is just fire, right?
No, Atomic Skull's head is like, it's a green skull that kind of glows.
Oh,
because he's nuclear.
Okay.
You'll have to go back and watch some Justice League Unlimited.
It's been a while, unfortunately.
So, okay.
So I want to put that one aside.
Okay. Although I want to say that the true, maybe true neutral is the no head.
Right.
I don't know why. I just like.
Yeah, that works.
All right, so set that aside. We have to come up with 9 of them, and this is a property that can be put on anything. Is it so? So in some ways too, like if someone understands and knows that item or knows the properties,
it's a disadvantage to you because they know something about you.
Yeah, they know your moral compass kind of.
So if you guys want to help me out there and throw me some suggestions on that, that'd be awesome in the comments below. But
set that one aside.
Set that one aside.
All right.
So now we're going to talk about the idea of the helm, as we talked about, and its property.
All right. So is this the non-cursed version or
non-cursed version?
Okay. So you put on the helm. You have no head.
You have no head. It's intangible, but it's got to do something else for you.
Right, so do we kind of like do you want to do an item with charges? Do you want to do a constant effect? Maybe
I like the charges thing. I think that 5th edition has really made this thing refills once a day, once a week, once a month, type thing. So I dig that.
Or are we going with, hey, this kind of has an affiliation with necromancy and necrotic energies, where maybe it grants resistance to necrotic energy. You're not feeling that. I can already see you're not feeling.
I'm torn. I'm because we are workshopping multiple things all at once.
Right.
So like if we make the one that's really good, that the curse is your head disappears, but it gives you this suite of abilities. I think that could work.
But we're also going with you can take it off too, so it's not really.
Well, this one you can take it off.
Yeah, this one.
The cursed one, once you put it on, your head's gone, and you can't take it off.
Yeah, but I don't think you're gonna get a lot of great abilities from that. I think it might be a detriment.
So you want the whole item to just be,
It's a
cursed
cursed
and
item,
bad.
yeah.
Okay. Well, see, I was actually thinking like, all right, the detriment of, all right, you're gonna get.
I think I got it right. What if this? Okay, so what if basically what this helm does is it kind of puts your head in two places at once, and that's why you can't see it, because it's in the ether, right? And it's probably visible from the ether. It's a floating head on the ether plane, right?
Okay.
And the rest of you is technically intangible. But what that does is it kind of gives you the ability to see into the ethereal plane. So things that are intangible through etherealness, because there is some monsters like phase spiders and stuff like that that do phase back and forth. You can actually see them, right? They can't hide from you that way.
Okay.
And perhaps the helm actually lets you attack them in the ethereal and reach into that plane.
Okay.
And if you're attacking something in the other, you have advantage because they don't see the weapon. Because you just manifest it as you need it. It's not like it's going to be a super common useful thing.
Right. That's awesome. I really like that.
So like Helm of Etherness or not Etherness.
Ethereal Helm.
Ethereal Helm. That's pretty cool. And remember way back when we did the goblins, the hobgoblins, where they have they use phase spiders that makes the ethereal silk and stuff. So this could be either something that was designed to combat them,
or something made by them.
I kind of like the idea it was made to combat them. Like, we have this problem. How do we fix it? Oh, well, we have these helms.
Right.
And then they're like, oh crap. But how do they didn't get all the bugs out. That's why your head disappears. Like, that wasn't intended. That was just like an unfortunate side effect.
Right. Okay.
There's not really negative. There's nothing really negative goes on with that, because I'm going to say you could say the social interaction stuff, but the truth of the matter is you're just going to take it off if you're doing that, I would imagine.
Right.
Otherwise, you're just being weird, right? You're a weird guy in a room. You're wearing weird stuff just to freak people out, and they're going to be like, "Why are you doing that?"
That's pretty awesome. I love where that thing went.
Okay, so now what do we got? We got
the cursed helm that your head disappears, and we want to go in the direction. So what happens? Taking your idea, what if it was designed to combat necromancy, and it just went the other way?
So, maybe it does have, the good effect of, it is a cursed item, technically, because your head is gone and you can't get it back without remove curse or powerful magic. But and it also gives you resistance to necromancy, which is great, but the side effect is you're now vulnerable to radiant damage. And also, you're now a beacon to necrotic creatures.
Right. That's what I was going to suggest.
And you can't take it off. And now with this one, you do have all the bad social interaction stuff going on. You'd be at disadvantage. One, you have to explain why you have no head, and you're like, I don't know, I put this thing on, and it happened. What are you gonna do?
What if it also because there's this gap of your head not being there? What if it added some kind of creepy-esque quality to your voice?
Oh, it could sound like your voice could sound like it's coming down a tunnel or something like that, or from far away.
Right.
Or no matter how loud you speak, it always comes out as a whisper.
That
everyone can hear it okay. There's never, no matter how loud things are, it never causes a it's a ribbon ability.
Right.
It never causes a problem with being able to commute with others. But it just changes how it sounds, almost like you're whispering in their ear or whatever.
Right.
Which makes it even freakier when you're in a group of 5 or 6 people and you just whispered in all their ears at the same time.
Yes.
So we have the ethereal helm. We didn't really name the property from the first one.
That one we'll continue to workshop because we have to see how that comes out, because that's literally just something to be added on.
Yeah.
So what do we call this this Necro Helm?
All right. So I almost want to call it like a ghost beacon or something like that, but it doesn't sound cool enough to me.
We can definitely workshop ghost.
Ghost caller, spirit caller.
Spirit caller, I see different. That's not creepy enough. Trying here.
Oh, a helm of ghost calling. Nah, not quite there.
So what is the physical thing? Like, is it a skull cap? Is it a full on helm? Is it merely just a cowl that's a part of a cape?
Part of a cloak. I'm trying to think like am I feeling the cloak where the idea is you have to put up so the idea would be that they'd have to put up the cloak for a reason, like bring up the cowl for a reason, like that's an activation. Maybe it appears, if you use Identify or any other magic identification, it appears to be a Cloak of Invisibility. Which, I believe the Cloak of Invisibility activation is...
Just put it up.
Is drawing the cloak up. Yeah, the cowl up.
All right, so it's going to identify as a Cloak of Invisibility. So what if it is...
So in the title, the name is either cowl, cape, cloak...
So what about either like the cowl of ghost or cowl of ghost skin?
Not really feeling that. See, I like the word spirit, but you're not feeling it, because
No, spirit caller to me says something else.
Okay.
I have no problem with spirit. I like ghost better.
I almost feel like one of the properties is once a day you check. Maybe you roll a d20. If you roll a 1, it brings some kind of spectral undead to you that you then have to deal with.
So I like Ghost Beacon, and you like Spirit. Do we want to do, say, the cowl of Spirit Beacon, or some or Spirit Lantern?
Yeah, so I don't like the word beacon, but I like what a beacon is. I need a thesaurus to figure it out. We're gonna go back and forth with this one for a while. I think we're gonna have to actually probably come up with a list of words we like and then bust out the thesaurus.
So we'll eventually, we can settle on a video being the ethereal helm.
Yes,
and we'll workshop the names. We'll even give you guys the chance to help us name this cursed magic item. So you can do that in the comments below, along with any other comments you want to put on the video. Like I said, down below while you're at it, like, share, and subscribe.
You can hang out with us over on Nerdarchy.com.
So until next time, stay nerdy. Through that whole area would literally get to a spot right before the helm.
I think you think too hard. It's much easier to just say that their head is actually
intangible.
Yeah, whatever the property is, there's definitely one. Bunch of the undead have it. If you stick your head into something solid and leave it there for too long, you take damage and you'll be shunted out eventually.
All right, so you want to go the easy way and make it intangible. That's fine. I was just thinking of it just teleporting and having the illusion of looking at like it passed through. Yeah, I thought too hard.
Yeah. Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, and today I'm hanging out with this nerd.
Ted.
And today we're going to be MageForging the magic item that you're going to lose your head.
If you want to jump down to the description below, you can sign up for Nerdarchy newsletter. It's a great way to get gaming tips as well as learn how to game with us.
So, Nerdarchist Ted here just pitched me a MageForge idea, and I'm like, you're totally off your Scott Garrity on this one.
So here's the concept. You've all seen Sleepy Hollow.
Hollow. It's kind of creepy, kind of evil. Is this a cursed item?
That's where that's where the inspiration struck from. But the concept of when we do a MageForge is, we come up with a concept or we come up with a name, and we literally workshop it live for these people.
So what if instead of making it a magic item, what if it's a property? For instance, it could be added to any headgear, so hats, headbands,
Circlets.
Circlets.
Films. All seen the Headless Horseman. And since we're kind of getting into Halloween and that kind of creepy vibe, I'm like, what if what if you had an item or a helmet that you put on and the properties of the helm gave you that whole Headless Horseman concept? So I'm like, well, let's see how I can work this out. So technically your head is still there. But what if there was a force field / magical gate teleportation thing so that anything that would pass through...
Well, it really will pass right through, and the head can still be invisible. It's the same effect. It's just easier to do it. Force fields.
Your explanation is... yeah. So.
No, it actually involves a Death Star, R2-D2, BB-8, and trans-dimensional time travel.
Right. Anyway,
or we can just make it spectral. So okay, well, what else does it do? And can they take it off?
Yeah, I would say yeah. I mean,
Because I didn't like you're like Sleepy